Africa's potentially got the chance to leapfrog straight from not having these half the cities of Africa to building cities that work for the 21st century. And so far, African urbanization has unfortunately been pretty dysfunctional. Cities are about two fundamental aspects of life. One is the quality of the lived environment. And the other aspect of cities is they're places that make people productive. The basic economic rule is the more you bring people into cities, the larger the city, the more productive people are. There are really three economic investment processes that make a city. And one is done by government, and that's providing the infrastructure. One is done by households, and that's investment in residential property. And one is done by firms, and that's investment in commercial property, the offices, the factories.
Il faudrait avoir des idées novatrices, venir avec de nouvelles options de financement. Et on sait que nos villes africaines ne disposent pas d'une assiette fiscale assez large comparativement aux pays occidentaux, aux pays émergents, qui arrivent à collecter suffisamment de recettes pour pouvoir subvenir aux besoins donc, de leur ville. Donc il est important au niveau de nos villes de pouvoir venir avec des idées novatrices, leur permettant donc de lever de nouvelles recettes fiscales, leur permettant d'avoir de nouvelles sources à travers, par exemple, des crédits, puisqu'on sait que beaucoup de nos villes n'arrivent pas à emprunter à l'extérieur, leur trouver de nouveaux mécanismes leur permettant donc de trouver du financement, non seulement au niveau domestique, mais au niveau international.
Cities have grown very fast without any sense of planning. The challenge and the future of the African city does not really depend on what happens above, but actually depend on what happens below. So the economics of the underground is what each of us should think about. So I do think that cities have this extra aspect of social engineering, which is very important for the futures of Africa.
Cities are naturally, because of the diversity of their economic structures, they are better able to adapt to changing economic conditions. The future is uncertain, right? So our best bet in terms of places where we will get more creativity, more variety, are in cities. Innovation, creativity, and this is critical. This happens naturally within cities because of variety, diversity, face-to-face contact. This happens much more easily in cities than it does in more dispersed places. Cost effectiveness of public service delivery, right? Providing hospitals, schools, universities is much more cost efficient where you have high concentrations of population. So resources are scarce, we know that, and we have to prioritize. So it's critical that we think about spatial concentration as a way of getting the best value for money from our public infrastructure. Cities are where there is buzz. Cities are where there's bright lights, putting it simply. Right? Cities are places of aspiration where people can fulfill their dreams and their hopes. So again, we can think about the attractiveness of this agenda in terms of relevance to our younger and our next generation. So it's a big agenda. It's not just economic, but it's, in my view, critical for governments to relate to citizens and to be more effective in terms of improving living standards and being appealing to people's real instincts and desires.